we can't get him up.
And we're live.
I think since hello everybody, we're gonna paint again today.
Mm-hmm.
Extravagant introduction.
Welcome to Painting Strong.
Welcome. Painting
Where we
and dragons.
try to do stuff.
I think just take artistic license, keep it somewhere between.
I'm gonna grab Marin too, so it's something.
Okay. And then I'll try to figure out the name of what I'm painting right now. Beulahzau. If anybody didn't know, in D&D and Beyond, if you click on a character sheet on the app, right next to the name is a little speaker. And
Beulahzau.
see this?
Beulahzau.
How do you say that?
That's good.
What other monster do you want to know? Well, Undurft?
The undurfed one.
All right, where's everybody at? Let's see where the people's at. I'm gonna paint some Beulahzau. Fiona is gonna paint some Smoothie. What's up? From Swole Initiative, Smoothie. Hi, buddy. Yeah, but I would hang off on the purple tone until the very, very last, and that would just bring it out a little bit more. But he said for the face specifically, purple with black, like darkened to a darker shade, right? So you might get away with, here's a Grimoire purple, and if you like, I can get you a mini that's primed that you can mess with if you want to practice.
Kind of. Purple's tricky.
Let me give you some armor colors too.
I did some purple on Skyward.
Here's plate mail.
That's what that one looks
Darker. Look at this guy. There's some alien purple. Ooh, it was not screwed on. Bad Ranger buddy.
like. I wonder if I should just do the gray with the purple tone then. If he wants it dark. Like if he wants this.
Yeah.
Maybe gray with a purple tone.
I think this awesome gray. The only issue that I would say with the grays is he's gonna have a lot. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Right there. See that?
Really dark.
That's because it's Necromancer cloak, and here's ash gray.
If I go too dark, you're not going to see the purple.
Yep. There's the balance.
So I can play. There's one I can play with.
Yeah, sure. Let me go find one. Any ones that are kind of up there, you can mess with this guy if you want to, but that's too white in the background. Let me grab one that's
Oh, hey, Poison. Welcome back.
Here's my box of 4 guys that never get painted. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about one.
Alec DeJean just did a drop it reward, which makes somebody drop their weapon in combat.
Any one of these. Oh man, I totally forgot that I put Wolfgar together from the Jits thing. Damn, I gotta paint this guy. Here,
Okay.
you need him too.
So
You
I'm
got a better
playing with
face.
different tones. Different trying to get the perfect. What is it
Yeah,
called?
and when in doubt, this can be Steve the Drow.
Yeah, the perfect brow purple.
Ah,
I'm not real sure how I want to go about doing this.
adjusting cameras. Enhance. There we go.
First, I want to see how much this tone does.
You know, I'm gonna do some serious key gripping movie magic.
Yeah. Some serious music.
Watch this. It's free. Excuse me. Let's see. It's King Zone. Yeah, there's King Zone. That way we don't get lost. You guys can stay in track. So you own the battlefield here since I'm just doing a mob. Feel free to push me out of the way. All right, who do we got on here? Poison Darkblade. Dude,
Your stuff's pretty cool.
yeah. Yep, we like your voodoo style. It's pretty rad. And I'm always saying that so you don't put voodoo on me.
It's kind of creepy.
But it's good.
It's good.
It's scary. Scary in a good way. But it's talent. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. What else we got? Alec, yo. What's going on? I popped into your stream a little bit today. I think you were playing a weird 2D version of like Mario Brothers. All right. I wonder if everybody can hear this. I'm going to say its name again.
Everybody should be able to hear you.
Can you hear this? Did you hear that? How this can be done? So, like, you go into a monster, right? You select a monster in, your collections, or you go into the monster manual, right? And you type it in D&D and Beyond, and now it's got a little speaker next to the monster's name. And some nice lady lets you know how it's pronounced.
How about that?
Undurft.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even catch that when it happened because I was paying attention to the chat.
The Undurft.
The Undurft.
Oof. That'll stay with me forever.
That was a pretty good one, though.
What do you think? How'd it come out?
I'm gonna darken this purple.
I'm gonna blast off and leave you guys to it. Have fun.
Is there a way I can stop the stream from no, because it's OBS, right? Yeah.
Unless you, no, we're not gonna do that.
Unless you creep into Skylar's house and turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, unless I gave you control of my computer somehow.
Yeah.
And
I'll try to shoot you a text. If you're awake, you're awake. You know.
I'll probably just wake up in the morning and go turn it off. It's no big deal.
Okey-dokey.
So have fun, guys, and everybody in the chat. Have fun. Enjoy. Have a good night.
Good night, buddy. And away we go. Oh, thank you. I did post some D&D pictures recently. Ooh, Warhammer. Yeah, so I was gone for about a week or so it was tough getting today's session back to normal. All right, let's see what we're gonna do with these guys. There's gonna be a lot of red dry brushing. Glistening blood looks fun.
No more purple. purple.
Dragon red. Tier red. Do some fur. Ooh, fur brown or monster brown? I'm liking this monster brown. That is too light.
Is that the right color purple?
Could be. Could go darker, but if you look at his face, it's good to go. That way, yeah. It's really your guy. You know what I mean? Gotta send it. Yeah, you gotta be careful. That black really takes over.
Mm-hmm.
I think it went too black.
I think it's just light.
Pretty good.
Mm.
Right. I'm gonna try to.
Here we go. Push me look.
And away.
This brush.
Wait, whoa, you want a smaller brush, my guy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I didn't plug in. Wait.
That's running from this stuff anyways.
Yeah.
That's just see what he's talking to.
It might be nice if I actually plugged it in. We'll be back in chat momentarily. These guys are kind of bluish too. So let me see.
All the good brushes are still underneath on that side. Chippy wasn't going anywhere. This.
Wanted Tim to drop some paint.
Drop some paint, Tim.
I'm gonna do something sporty. Let's see. Let me bring up a Beulah's owl. Ooh, they got flies all over them. Very dead looking skin, huh? All right. I'm going to do romancing cloak and ultramarine blue. Electric blue or deep blue. Crystal blue.
None of his skin is showing except his face, right?
Yep. And
And ears.
yeah, full plate all day. On those guys. Void shield blue. Ooh.
I guess his neck. Need to see. Hate work. It works the worst.
Blowing you up right now?
Everything's so serious. Which I mean, it is life or death sometimes, but everything being so serious all the time.
And that's why we play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna mix with a toothpick. Yeah, it's becoming a booger. Necromancer Cloak just won the war on that. I'll start from scratch. All right. Hey, Chippy. Find a good spot down there, buddy. That feels too warm. What's he doing down there? Where'd you get those? You stuff them in here?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I saw poison pop on earlier. When we were playing. White hair, huh?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's starting out pretty good.
I'm gonna do the big next before I do the armor.
Keepers have yourself a drink.
What color should this cake be?
I feel Mirren white. And then what do you say? White. With a good shade. Cool. Red light. Yeah. Oh, our red lights? Yeah. This dude's booty hanging out. So speed paint. Chippy? He's wandering around. I taught him how to flop on the floor. How to do a man flop on the floor when you're tired. Like you're laying down too gently. You need to just throw yourself at the floor. I'm telling these guys it's gonna look sick.
Yeah.
These dudes didn't come with stands, so it took me about 2 days to glue them all upright. And they don't want to like lean either, so I had to like put cotton balls all around them so that they would stand up right. It's warm in here, isn't it? Hot flashes. AG glue. Booty does bludgeoning damage. Indeed.
Mhm.
Quieter today.
Yeah.
I think we were jamming really hard.
We were watching something last time too. Oh, Ready Player One. There's lots of music in that.
I think we were jamming the music last time.
We were, but we couldn't really hear what we were saying when we went back and watched. Okay. Dog just wants to be close to us.
He does. Dude, I can paint.
Hi, handsome.
He will come up here. He's like, wait, what? You want me to come up on the table?
Not easy to get the plunder capes.
I don't like this paintbrush. Point. Oh.
You said black for armor, and then
No. Okay, so if you want like worn out armor, you'll paint it black and then dry brush silver onto it. So it's like in and out. But honestly, I did for both of those, I did just straight. This is plate mail and this is shining silver. So with swords, I always paint them black and then dry brush silver onto them, and they look like they've been used a lot.
He's gonna want, I think, a brighter silver though.
Yeah, so there's shining silver, and you can just,
Or even gold. Think you want gold?
plate mail? Nah.
I don't think you want some gold trim.
It'd be good trim. Where'd silver go? I'd be sleeping
Right here.
with his head. No, there's one that's like actually like glittering silver. It might be in there.
Our puppy is just kind of like laying his head on the table on the other side. Doing us hate.
Wishing he could. There it is. Shining silver. That one's like
Is
super,
this one?
super shiny. Yeah.
It's shiny.
Shiny.
What would be undergarments?
Is there any? Probably chainmail. So do a different color silver. So with me, I did actually I did gunmetal for his chainmail, and then I did plate mail for his plates. And I did shining silver for the sword and the shield to make it pop a little more.
What'd you do for his undergarment?
Like black dry brushing. So I just dry brush black onto the already primed paint. Dip, 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 dip.
Thanks for painting with me.
Welcome. Ugh. These dudes are kind of a fragile print. But it's difficult for people to print Bulizow.
You need the computer to say it for you one more time.
Bulizow? Let me think. Don't worry, he'll darken up and become more dead when I watch him. All right, first coat on the first ding-a-ling done. The first baddie.
Okay.
Two dudes painting. Doodle-doo.
Come back and do more work. It's a journey.
Let me see. Did you get his face yet?
Yeah.
Good.
It's definitely purple. Dark purple.
Yeah. It goes without saying that our lighting is kind of trash in here. Maybe in episode 3 of Two Dudes Painting, I'll bring in the other lamp. I just don't want to get too aggressive in our own living room. I like to be able to turn this into a living space when we're done.
Get in his little armpit thing. Working on his
Are you doing silver yet? Or white?
No.
Chippy snoring.
Doji snores.
Oh man, totally forgot this dude's tail. Dude. He's participating with us. He's doing his best. Just a baby. He's just a baby. So what are you guys painting? I'm painting 4, I believe these are demons called Bulizow, and she's painting one of our new characters from a new campaign coming in soon. It's a Drow Paladin named. Oh, let's go to my campaigns. How about that?
Can't drop photos in the chat.
No, I don't know in the OBS right now. He's running that. You can, name is Darden Vash. But he named to be continued. Like he's not. I don't think he's fully invested in that name. He's a Drow Paladin, probably Oath of the Crown. He and I are very affixed to playing Paladins all the time. We used to play Neverwinter PS4, and we were both Paladins there.
Can't fix.
Into what?
I was gonna try to send a picture of the purple.
Probably put it in Discord if you wanted. I think we have pets in the Discord. Little side chat. Ooh, this one's gonna be sporty. Working tomorrow night. Am I right?
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday till 7.
Okay, that's right. 2 long shifts. Sounds awesome. Yeah, it's a work in progress, man. Let's see. Yeah, is it a demon or is he a devil? Let me check. Bulazao. It's a demon. And he's got horns. I believe he's a Baphomet type in D&D. He's beastie. And they got long horns like that. So in the Avernus, there's 2 like leading demons that are kind of messing with stuff coming out of the sticks, Baphomet and Yinagu. Dip, 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 dip. Painting. Oops, I gotta get over here. That's my painting spot so you guys can see. I'm just doing like blue as a base. It'll look bright, but then I'll add like blood and ichor and things like that all over it to kind of tone it down. These spikes I'll definitely dry brush with red. Give them more eerie tones when I go back over top of them. I'm not really worried about the dark black colors from the prime coming through on the blue on this thing, because that also looks like striation and muffled tone and stuff like that on these things. Not worried at all. Also, it's a speed paint. These guys are going to kill these beasts in like 2 minutes, so the harder I work on this, the more time I actually waste. Maybe another campaign. A Bulazao could probably be a end gamer for a level 5 party. Ugh, this thing's so afraid. Just fine. Reminds me of Diablo. I've toyed with the demons before, but we never got the chance to really use them in games. Though I have a really cool battle. Painting. Yeah, I made that mistake with a dude named Warduke. I learned long ago to never invest in a mini that you paint because your friends will get competitive real fast. Can I not do this guy's belly? I didn't.
You think he's gonna want the shining silver?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll start light and I can always go darker.
It's a lot like me when it comes to paladins. They need to be the most. I should dry brush these guys. That looks way better, doesn't it? Shoot. Look at his face compared to his body.
Mm-hmm.
Face better.
You can see more detail.
Why not just dry brush him? Yeah, I should just dry brush him. There might be a couple bright guys. Brushing is so much easier with speed painting too. Table sees your new painting guy and I'll. Yep. And I may have been talking a little smack about Warduke. And my Ranger, Rogue, Gloomstalker, Fighter, meta multi-classed superhero decided he's going to teach me a lesson and unleashed all of his tricks that he hadn't been using on me as the DM. We had like a 10-man party, we still do, and it was hard for me to keep track of everybody's skills. But I learned that day. All right, I'm dry brushing the other two. That looks way better. Yeah, they took all of his loot too. So they didn't kill Warduke, but they took all of his equipment so that he could never be looking ever like Warduke again. Yeah, they brutalized me. But Pete, when you watch this again, all I gotta say is Naru's gone. Your uppins came. So Pete's like a 30-year dungeon master, and I was brand new. And he was like, hey, can I make this character? And I was like, man, anything to get you to play with me. This would be fantastic. And he's like, yeah. Okay, so I want a family heirloom that's like a tattoo. And I would like it to be my crossbow. I was like, okay, awesome. Can it do force damage? I was like, dude, of course. That sounds so awesome. This dude is going to be invincible. So now force damage is like the hardest thing because nothing's immune or resistant to it. And I can't take his crossbow from him because it's on his tattoo without like chopping his arm off. Today felt a little bit rushed. It'll slow down next week. Does Epione even want to go into Bell's Forge and finish that dude off? You'll be meditating for the next session anyways, but...
Yeah, not really up to me. No, I don't.
You don't want to go back?
No. I want to get the sword in Zerial's arms. I don't know what we're wasting time with Bell for. Except that he's holding us hostage.
He's holding the sausage?
Holding us hostage.
Oh.
Yeah. We're holding us hostage. Hmm. Do demons have sausages?
Oh, I'm sure. Hmm.
It's undergarment white also. This little flap in the front.
Oh, yeah.
White too.
Yeah. I would just bring up Pinterest and bring up paladins, kind of look at what they're, and see if there's something that really.
Well, they're all different colors.
Yeah. He's a drow, so purples and grays and things like that. And then again, if he's a paladin, he's lawful good. He probably left that culture and trying to be different. You never know. You have all the artistic license on it.
Still want the silk.
Ah.
I still want it to be what he envisions,
Mm-hmm. Sure, if you get to the 80% solution of just painting him, you can always go back over, like you did with Blandina. I gotta do something about her base. She's too huge. Oh yeah, that's much better. Make it one versus the other. Maybe the darker one. Dip, dip, dip. See? Yeah, doesn't the armor look really good when you start working on them? Knights are the best. I like using things with shiny metallic colors. Really pop. So like try brushing, it's like cheating. Yeah, I had a caster who had a dwarven mechanical arm that shot magic and an enemy damaged it. So yeah. Without becoming a toxic DM, you got to figure out a way to nerf some of that stuff when people start to get wild and take advantage of the situation. Because if they're too awesome and overpowered, that kind of takes the fun out of the game. Folks just want to come in and gotta be just a tad bit of stress. You want your characters to win, right? But you also want to make it a little bit sporty, I think. I learned that lesson when I stole your familiar at Bione. I stole your familiar from you.
Should have painted him before. I think he I don't think you should include them all at once. It's hard to get in there. I wouldn't recommend that for next time. Not behind the shield. I would have did his arm first and then put his shield on.
He's too thick.
I can't even like really see in there to like
Think of a light.
see what I'm missing. No, it's not. I don't even.
Want some cheese?
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently running a game. I need to tweak the difficulty because my players are trying to be overpowered. Yeah, I mean, all players should try to want to be their best, I think, right? The number one thing is if you have a bunch of overpowered players, just remember you control hit points. I literally ran a monster today that I was like low for 3 rounds. And it did work out. You don't want to like always go max hit points for monsters in Dungeons and Dragons because they're far too weak against parties that are 5 and above, 5 characters. But I had this Remoraz that these guys attacked today. Its standard HP is 195, and I did the math when I was like, oh, I need to find a calculator. I was just multiplying what the max HP of it was. It ended up being close to 300. So it worked out. Mobs or things like that. It's just kind of like a balance. If you want to run like one character, like, your orc is your standard 50 some hit points. Yep. Let them smash those guys up. And then if there's an orc boss or something like that you want to make them sweat a little bit, make that guy go for a couple rounds. You might want to dial back some of the damage they do to keep the party alive, but just remember, you're just kind of keeping the spirit of things going. They go in, they just crush everything. But you got to start that process early, right? The first goblin they fight, you know what I mean? They can't just like pop its head. You gotta make them lethal or wily, or they tumble out of the way so they don't do that much damage. I got a party that's they're like all plus 16 to hit, so they never ever miss. So if I wanted to do a level 20 campaign, I had to make something kind of realistic. So I put them in hell. That way, everything kind of seems plausible that things are kind of hard to hit. Their skin's harder. They're resistant to things. They're big. So I have like normal, 13, 14 to 18 armor class, but I beef up their hit points.
Mummy wipe.
Yeah, fun. Skeleton bone?
Yeah.
Mummy robes. Poking through. Thanks for hanging out with them. Appreciate you, buddy. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself in the campaign today to try to rush them a little bit to a point where they could plan today. So I had to ad-lib something to get that Wandering Emporium to show up. Plus, I was awake for 36 hours the day prior and pretty smoked. I get too excited on international travel. Like, people can fall asleep and sleep the whole time, and I'm like wide awake. A bunch of minions running around, and then some heavy hitters. Yep. Yep. I always the dude that's like the clan leader or something like that. I buff them up. Just like imagine if they were a player character. Give them a feat, like something a fighter has. You know, like so this guy might have a third hit, action surge. You know, if the characters can have them, why can't a monster once in a while, especially if it's a special monster? Change up the type of damage they do. Players, I think, get used to the spell books, and you know, you can always go back to other editions and be like, well, this wizard, he studied different things and maybe changed the ability, the saving throw on a certain spell. That'll keep them on their edge a little bit. On edge. On their game. Make it sound like he's casting a different way while you're doing it. Just as long as you don't sound smug about it when you know what I mean, when you're switching things up, because then they'll be like, well, I guess it's hopeless. Very sparingly do things like that. Because in the end, you want to keep your friends, right? I'm always happy to be here for you guys. Mm-hmm. Thanks, buddy. We try to be friendly and loving.
Mm-hmm.
Were you here when Epione broke the range of the bow last time?
Definitely.
Accident. Do their ears. So you gotta keep going back through. Bulazau. How's he looking? Hey, can I see him? You want to put him on the post again, or?
Get into the little crevices a little easier holding him.
You're worried about this. I'm telling you, once you start painting these things, like it's just in a way.
His glove's gonna be okay, right? Because the wash.
His glove?
We'll get it. Like under his gun.
That's really cool. That's cool. I can't believe you switched colors. Because it's like a bracer.
It's a glove.
Yeah, but with a bracer attached to it. Man, that's rad.
They're called gauntlets, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, so I guess that's just a regular, it's a gauntlet with a bracer attached to it. It's neat. It's very plate. I spit everywhere when I say that. Plate.
They're gold. Gold too.
Glittering gold. I think it's called, or it's got a funny name. Weapon bronze. Elven something. Gaily hide. Greedy gold. Ooh. Today's session, I think. That's what I meant. Oh no. She broke the bow last time. I had a mini heart attack. And I forgot. Everything can be glued back together.
And it was all okay.
Yeah. Everything's always okay. It's bad sometimes. Let's get all these guys' ears. Keep them in order. These guys, these pole arms are gonna be really cool. Oh gosh, now that I see how bright I painted these guys' poor legs, I'm gonna have to do some serious work on these other guys. All right. All right. Phase 1 complete.
Maybe, do you think that little bulge right there should be silver?
So yeah, I was thinking maybe that's what clamps, the metal around or his pauldron, I think. Ooh, travel's hitting me. Leather brown or monster brown? That's what I want. Fur brown. Dumb ways to die. Dip, dip, dip. Uh-oh. Which one was I using? Doing up room? Need anything to drink? Is it Scott's time yet?
Need a sip soon. 10:30.
Is that what time it is?
It's my bedtime, just so you know.
Yeah, same as these. It's 9:30. I'm ripping through this. We'll be done in an hour easily. 30 minutes. I can always take over. Braceley had a Skaven Lord from Warhammer loses. Yeah, dude, I highly recommend cotton balls when you're putting things back together. Like when you're gluing back together. I'm having an issue with these things. Finding a good adhesive. The crazy glue on some of these resins it takes like a really long time to hold. Like, sometimes you can just hold crazy glue for 60 seconds or so. Cotton balls and Gorilla Glue is what I've been using. That seems to be effective. What do you think for that fur?
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Dip. Dress. Give these guys some fur. Not even close to over here. Oof, that doesn't look good in that camera. Try to pull away. And I'm gonna have to rub Phone's not doing this justice. Can't really see the detail. It just looks like globs of paint. You'll have to look at Instagram when we do the final revealies. How long these used to take us to paint, huh?
Well, it still takes me a while.
That's because you're doing like a proper player character. If that was just Joe the Knight NPC, you'd be through it. Just because you care so much about not messing it up. I need to change my brush on this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Posture holding up horribly. This is the worst.
I should probably make that gray.
What's that?
So you probably have like a.
But remember, there's the gunmetal as well. Kind of comes in chain. It's like a regular old metal. Ugh, what am I doing?
Do that. But like doesn't mean you see you actually anyways. Oh, plate mail. Plate mail?
Yeah, plate mail's a little bit less shiny. That's a good step down. So it doesn't have too much contrast.
Kind of. Wanna open it?
Smoothie. Does it ever strain your eyes? I use a magnifier. Right. So yeah, my buddy Gary.
I want some goggles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 103 years old, so my eyesight's going like crazy. Chris to being 29, you know, it's a different story. Welcome. But yeah, I mean, we don't really hang out for more than 2 hours painting, right? How long has this been? We're an hour in. I think if I was painting her character, my eyes would be going crazy. Again, I was painting 4 hours on it. Yeah, we don't. I'll say I'm like 50-50. Like I'll go to Etsy and look for guys that have already painted something. And then, you know, if it's a mob or something like that, that I can just really quickly dry brush. I'll buy those ones. Usually a lot cheaper if they're just a print. I haven't got to the level of my own 3D printer yet. I think that's going to be some huge cost savings. I'm just I'm kind of intimidated by the whole process of STLs and things like that. But I watched a buddy who just started playing D&D again. He got really into it, started painting, went for the 3D printer, and he sent me some prints that he had. He printed a dude from Dwarven Forge. It's right behind me. Really solid resin. This guy's like a Smurf Neblin. Really decent. So that's a 3D printer that a guy has inside of his house. I don't run things to perfection in D&D because, to be perfectly honest with you, if you're drinking Coors Light or something like that and you're playing, you're having a great time, someone's elbow is going to hit the table and knock everything off. So if you're in love with one of these things, you're crazy. Because after 3 years of this character being on the table, it is going to get smoked. 100% chance of that. You can try your best to be gentle, but Chip, you feeling lonely, buddy? Our puppies are laying on our feet right now. We need a puppy cam.
Mm-hmm.
Flopping. Gone ways to die. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. Golden. Need some music to go with this. I need to start running my own OBS. Do you need to go outside, buddy? Do you want to take a... Okay.
Get some more.
My old DM and friend Josh's 3D printer. Oh, cool. I'll have to look up that lizard folk barge. That lizard folk bard. I'll look him up tonight. Right, I hit the wreck. I was gone for, I don't know, just a week or so, and I went hard in the paint, like making reels and things like that for the rest of this week. Today, I overcompensated, one would say. Today. I didn't like the ending of our campaign today. What'd you do? I don't know. And that guy's looking really clean. Can you guys see her? Light she's working on. This camera really glows right now. We got like a Canon 6 million camera that we need to set up to stream. Yeah. Because you can hook it straight up to this thing. Then again, I don't want you to see how old and gross my hands are. With that camera, we can see a fly on the moon. Oh, what was I using for? I saw through your posts. Thank you. Some people like, it literally takes, how long was I in the garage like before I came out here? I'll do cut like make 3 reels in 10 minutes. You'll have to decide. I made 3 for this week. One of them is a little serious. I haven't done a serious face reel. I don't think Epione liked it. I don't think Crystal liked it. Too dark? It's too bossy, you said?
Didn't think it was as natural as the other ones.
I
didn't hate it.
All right. Got that part done. Let's do some horns. Horns, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to now dry brush blood. We're going with blood. I'm going in. Oh no. Oh no, it begins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least I'm not like drinking the wines. Uh-oh. Careful, babe. That one's the shield's glued on. Hang over that. Remember, everything that's like got a smudge on it could have been he dropped it in the mud, you know, like it's all good. All right, let's brush some blood. Dip, dip. Dip, 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 dip. Yeah, Army Painter, I'm not a fan of your blood. It is too pretty. Really need to dry brush it. Give his face some blood too. I can't do blood yet. Need to paint his pole arm first and then put blood on it. What kind of grays do you have? Where's your gray? Is that your plate?
I don't. It all looks the same to me.
Raj. Can't wait to see your new rules when they come out. The one earlier about sticking to one thing rather than trying to judge multiple is relatable. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had some guilt for not being at the table, so I did one while we were all sitting outside yesterday. We're sitting outside in our tent. So this is a good way to do this. I was telling Chris that if you want a weapon that looks used, paint it black, and I'm sure if I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, this is just how I do it. It's like the idiot's guide to painting. Dry brush. I'm going to do this whole thing being iron. That way I can cook a little damage into the party. Like this is an infernal pole arm. Dry brushing some weapons. Speed painting for me is a lot of dry brushing. Oh, I can feel it in my back now. There it is. Next to that. I think we'd all love to be able to do multiple things at once, but sometimes it's difficult going through the DM to player and back every other week. So, yeah, I was struggling with that, and then I came up with kind of processes. If Krista and I have 2 nights off in a week, one night we'll hang out together and just kind of chill and shut things down, especially if it's like a Thursday. Everybody's smoked on a Thursday. You want to do like the least amount of things. On Thursdays, that's like my make sure all laundry and things like that are done, like very basic, no thought level stuff. So like tomorrow night, I'll have energy. It all depends on your own rhythm, right? So tomorrow night, I'll probably come home and then I'll get into the books. So like I'll crack, Addie will go to bed and I'll get into whatever campaign I'm doing next, read whatever I'm doing, and then write some notes. Just see how far I can get ahead. The next day, I might clean up a little more. If Krista has a day off, maybe we'll have a paint night. I do everything in kind of sequences. I try to plan real hard just one night in the week. If I can't plan real hard one night in the week, I'll read, then write some basic outline notes. Then maybe Saturday morning, I'll enhance those. But it's just like processes, you know? So try not to if you get overwhelmed or anything like that, try not to do everything in one night. The more you plan, if you have a really good week and you can get ahead, that really helps for like your next session. So like, for example, right now, I planned everything that we're doing currently probably like 2-3 weeks ago because I had a really good week. So I'm kind of resting on that. All right, now I can do blood again. Yeah, so my processes are I'll read and outline. Read, then outline. If you're doing a campaign, like straight from the books like Avernus or Storm King's Thunder, I'll read the next chapter and then outline. And then I'll hold off on writing the script stuff. Like if I want an NPC to say something in the outline, I'll wait for that to like Friday night or Saturday if I have time, so that it's fresh on my mind. Like if I want to use a special character's voice or something like that, I'll remember how it went. And then the rest of the week, maybe Tuesday, I'll tear down my previous terrain. That's always like a kind of mindless yet fun task, is putting the terrain together. But when I'm done with the hard part, which is actually speaking as a DM, in my opinion, the understanding what's going on and what I'm going to say, then I'll get into building the terrain. Because if I can't, ooh, that looks pretty. With the blood on his tail. I brush some blood. And that's for me, because the hard part for me is actually the struggling voice actor kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, I'm a military guy, so I have checklists and things like that. So I always do things very kind of methodically. It maintains a bit of control. Like, so if I'm not at scripting and outlining and it's already like Thursday, maybe I don't run the session. I'm already behind. I have to have things very scripted. 4-hour sessions and 10 players. Things can go wild. I let things kind of get carried away today for me, because I didn't know whether or not I wanted to try to get them to fight Bell. I wanted to give Manu. Oh God, that shield. What? You were worried about painting this guy. That is legit the coolest shield I've ever seen. It isn't even. Our cameras suck. Just pretend like that shield's really awesome. You have to hold him so it can focus a little bit. Oh, hey, Mirren's on. So if you want to take a picture and send it straight to the Discord. Yeah. So JD, so Who Wears Pants is the actual PC for this mini that we're doing. Oddly enough, we're both playing Paladins again in the next campaign.
JD, do you want any colors in there? I just have white, silver, and some gold.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you can see his shield.
Let me know if you're having trouble. We'll hold him up to the.
Hold on with that one.
No, that one's not. Oh, yeah. Could you sit him under the light a little bit, like right here, maybe for him? Oh, so if that's a good spot.
I was gonna do some gold trims.
So I'll say one thing as you're watching this: the cameras itself do no justice because it's like iPhone cameras. I understand. I have notes for notes and try to think of fun voices and backgrounds. Yeah, and if you're running a campaign, you're a DM, man. Everybody's gonna be patient with you. I'll like for my notes, if you're doing a chapter book or whatever, so like today we're in Wrecked Flying Fortress. So it's Wrecked Flying Fortress is a W, and then it's like W.1, Wrecked Flying Fortress .1. He said he'll defer to your artistic interpretation. He's doing a great job. Honestly, that is the coolest damn shield I've ever seen. What was I saying? Poison.
Yeah, I'll post the shield on Discord. Or your minis.
Poison, are you in our Discord? I think you are. It's photos. We're going to put them in there. I'm going to have some more fun with the blood on these things. So the interesting fact, and all the player characters in our campaign know that if I hand painted something, I'm going to do some damage on you. Like, I'm getting some from me. Like those bone whelks only had like 3 hit points or something like that. I got lucky because every time you're supposed to kill a bone whelk, it's supposed to do that streak. And I forgot the streak like 2 times. I was running 2 different combats. Oh yeah, great when enhanced. Okay. Yeah, so this is kind of just us like hands painting something. It probably looks like straight up doo-doo from what you guys are watching. I'm gonna put some blood. You guys have 8 something. Hell yeah. You need to get the better camera out, I think. Yeah, we got Discord. So if you're on Instagram, click the link tree in the bio, and Discord's in there. We're pretty active, I'd say. Every once in a while, we get a champ that comes in and kind of runs it, but everybody's got like a day job or whatever, and maybe we'll go silent for a day. And I think some people like things to be more active. I'm going to take iPad out of Addie's room. I forgot. Bro, we got a jam. You mean this paper jam? Yeah, man, heck yeah. Get in there and join the fun. It's a lot of shenanigans. We try to keep it chill. So, if anybody's going to break sensitivity rules, it's usually me.
President led prison.
Yeah, like maybe a slightly spicy meme.
Discord censored too?
No, I'm just saying. He said we're all fun and loving and stuff, Every once in a while I'll have a spicy meme or give my opinions on Critical Role characters. Maybe it's not always received well. I think we ran someone off because we were praising artificial intelligence art. I mean, I love working with artists and whatnot as much as you can, but when you're putting out a lot of product or need things in a hurry and you don't want to spend $450 an hour, on something, then I will definitely plug it into an algorithm and let Elon Musk make me some art.
Could the whole handle be gold, or do you like it just a little bit black?
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Handle so that it's
the whole handle.
Well, I think if you do the handle gold and then dry brush, ooh, I don't know. It looks unpainted with a handle like that. So dry brush it like it's thread. Oh god. Oh god. Can you repaint Sir Timothy? Oh, he's so good at it. She thought she was gonna mess it up near end and she crushed it. I think we have a moderator on somewhere.
Yeah, they're gifting subs.
No, it's the stream elements popped up. We're going back through and we're gonna redesign some merch. This shirt they made this for me because I constantly use Peralta's cool tight. And in the back of it, if you look, the order right now, it's got like a giant stronghold in the back, and then off to the side, I was like, dude, I feel like Dale Earnhardt wearing this thing with mellow yellow on the sides and all sorts of like, yeah, Depends and all my sponsors. But the fact that one of my friends just built a t-shirt, probably never built a t-shirt before, man, I'm gonna wear this all day. Everybody's got the fabric for these shirts are what are really good. I've worn the black Stronghold shirts for probably like 3-4 months and they're still tight. I'm like a Gen, what am I, a Gen X? I like my tight fitting shirts. I'm not saying that these are the worst minis I've ever painted. Certainly not my best minis I've ever painted. I'm going to get a lot of use out of strong tone wash on these suckers. You're on time limit for speed painting. 9:55. Are you afraid to wash them already?
I hate wash. I think it messes it up. It never like comes out looking like the way you want it to.
Yes. So there's dark wash. What I use for both Point and Sir Timothy is strong tone. I start washing like deep inside where you can't see, and then you're like, okay, it doesn't look so bad, and then you keep going. I think washing in matte finish saves everything. Dip. Oof. It's wash time. Dark tones. Doodle-doo. Poison dark. I don't mind me just browsing some merch. Yeah. All right. Always good to see some Stronghold merch in the wild. Oh, there's another gray. Uniform gray. Let's see this. Sorry. And then there's dark stone as well. I don't know where that is though. Dip, dip, dip. Can you tell where I super glued on him? Is it bubbled anywhere? Huh?
After that, I see.
Cool. That was a hasty super glue. I did that like right before I flew away. Whew. Any way I can help to support you guys? Just hanging out, to be honest with you. So our goal is, and this isn't, just a virtue signal or whatever. It's just honestly, we have jobs or whatever. This is our hobby, and when we first started playing Dungeons and Dragons, there wasn't a lot of communities that we found that weren't necessarily off-putting in some cases as well, just for our likes and interests, and just hanging out, finding a group of dudes you hang out with, like Judgy, who played with us today. We met him out in cyberspace. We met him through playing D&D and Twitch and Instagram and stuff. So if you're just hanging out with us in Discord and whatnot, it's just making more friends. Like, this isn't about like elitism, joining an industry of streaming, and you know what I mean? Like, we just want to be bros, create more bros, more people that want to be nerds, proliferate nerddom, get people out of the nerd closet. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of ding dongs out there that, you're not cool. What did someone wrote a really off-color remark on one of the comments today about Dungeons and Dragons being for like, dweebs. Like, why are you on our page then? Why did you go out of your way to say that? You just need a hug, my guy. It was way more colorful language than what I described. Say that. Oh man, it's really good. Oh, where did I put the dark stone for the steps in space? Once again, shading saves all. Look at the wash, how much that changed everything. I love you, wash. You've saved every garbage mini that I've painted. So there's another way to do hair that I think is kind of cool. Just dry brushing it to start, to see if you like it, to make it look more silver. Don't do silver hair like I did the wolf hair though. Remember, I messed that up. Uh-oh. What color was I using? Wash. Is this wash? Poison you down in Luzerana? I hail from Pope City. Eating mud bugs. Yeah, on the rare occasion I get people calling me less than fun things on my content. I just yeah. Honestly, here's the deal. There's 2 or 3 dudes out there, and Chris and I were in the military, and we both have active brains from probably our job or whatnot, and you need some sort of release. I've read every book like known to man in terms of military history and doctrine and things like that. You know, there's a point where you're like, I get it. I want to try something else. I played rugby. Oh, he's from Mass. That's right. I forgot about that. That's right. I went to college in Norwich. I think we had this discussion a long time ago. Anyways, man, if you're out as cosplay, you know, what's the difference, you know, playing video games or watching movies? If your mind needs some fantasy or whatever to kind of switch gears, it's healthy, you know. And I've always been a nerd, a closet nerd when I was in like high school and stuff. I played every season sport, right? And I remember like sneaking away and having secret best friends that I played Dungeons and Dragons with. I regret that so much looking back. And the more that I maybe from, you know, my job in the military doing something like this allows another person to kind of let their nerd wings fly, then I'm down with that, because nothing changes who I am necessarily in my job or how I perform athletically or anything like that just because I paint a Bulizel.
I don't know why you're questioning that.
Because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's from Mass. But yeah. Yeah, man, your content's awesome. Super creative. I saw some of the photos of, I think you were split screening and answering questions with another cosplayer. Dude, that was so sick. Definitely keep that up. And then maybe someday we're going to be at some convention. You know what I mean? We're like, you know where we met? We met when we had like 3 followers on whatever. If you want to broaden your stuff when you're painting yourself up or anything like that, get a Twitch stream and just be like, get in front of the, you know, your mirror and just be like, yep, this is how I apply my paint. This is how I make my steps together.
It's the unknown. Part of the coolness of it is the unknown, you know?
Keeping a secret.
Yeah.
With a secret ingredient of how to be scary. Yeah, I went up to school. He says he's from Mass. I remember everybody in Norwich either became a statey or joined the army.
Jermaine, I hope I did you proud.
Be brave. Give him a watch. Honestly, Dark Tone's a good wash. I'm loving it. Look what it did to these guys. See the difference of these guys look critter scraps. Four guys in 2 hours? I need to resell these little suckers on Etsy after we kill them. You too can purchase the Bulizel that Connor split in half. It'll have real battle damage. Ta-da! I'm all done. Done, please. Can I not watch this guy? Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, come on, Brooklyn.
Where? His face?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do the eyes? That's scary. Scary. Can't tell you how much that means to hear those words. It's rooted and I'm very grateful to have you. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, don't let us keep you up all night. Don't feel obligated to hang out with us. You can always rewatch us tomorrow. The stream's gonna go for like 12 hours. So we're gonna go off in like 2 minutes, but his stuff is gonna stay. He's gonna keep the stream like in off mode, I suppose, while he's sleeping. Yeah, it'll just be a black screen. Does that make any sense? Even though I'm getting tired. All right. There's my little brazers. Her view is it? Eyeball. You want to use toothpick? Oh. Man, that armor looks sick. Oh, Wondering if I'm organized. The answer is no. It will be up. We're gonna close off at our 10:30 out here in the Pacific, so we'll be on for about 20 more minutes. My messes. Back when I was going to do a Napoleonic campaign. I still will. Damn it. It's getting spicy. Take these guys to the finishing room.
Eyes, probably the hardest part. Keep on messing up, so I'm trying to clean up his face.
Whipped up some matte finish on those guys. Looking like the best painted drow paladin named Mirren out there. Yes, so we're gonna go back to Mirren. I mean, you know, in Faerun, paladin's name Mirren's very common. You know, very common. Kalimvor, I presume. Why not? John of Faerun. I'm not rushing you. I'm just cleaning things up. Let's see.
If I can make his face.
See. His eyebrow was hit. I have to do purple up his eyebrow one more time.
It's supposed to be white.
His eyebrow?
Yeah.
Oh, tight. The other eyebrow needs a tad more. Oh man.
Space.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so good. Dude. What? It's really good.
Yeah.
That
I don't know.
feel is friggin' awesome.
I think
All right, watch him.
you gotta do the base.
Okay. Darkstone. There it is. If you want to part right there. And then I just there you go. This guy works really good for bases. I'm gonna have to paint up that spider.
Can you not dark wash his hair?
What do you mean? Are you asking me to not dark wash his hair?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want me to wash him for you?
Yeah, you can wash him, but I don't want the dark on his hair.
Are you strong tone?
No.
No wash period on his hair.
You could do a light.
They're soft, but it comes off.
As long as it doesn't come off dirty, I want it white. Whitish gray.
I think the only way to do that is strong tone. Soft, I don't think. See how brown that is? The only thing I can think of is a strong tone.
I don't want it to look dirty. I would just
dirty.
I just wouldn't.
Just wouldn't want it, period. You want it looking soft like that?
Yeah, no, don't want it.
Need a sharper brush. Can we do a look? I'm gonna show you. I'll do the tips.
I don't want it to look dirty.
Look. I'm gonna do.
Inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't puddle it.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna go for it, buddy?
No, just don't puddle it.
Okay. So I'm gonna try a dark tone on one side to see if you like that better. Okay, because it's got a grayish kind of finish to it as opposed to.
Yeah, more gray than brown.
Watch this. Let's see that.
Yeah. Okay.
Now what about his hair like
But I
that?
mean, Mirren likes it pure white, you know? So
Okay.
don't do it too much.
It is kind of. It just adds a little shading in there for its. Sure, you want to take over? I feel like I'm rubbing another man's rhubarb right now.
No.
Hair?
Yeah, you can do the hair if you do it like that. Yeah. It's just every time I wash something, it just puddles. And
Okay, going in. Going in.
his hair needs to distinct more from his robe. But it needs to be white still. I might go back over the wash and do little things of white with like a toothpick. Like specks of white. You know?
Mm-hmm. Just good shadows.
I wouldn't mess with his face too much because I don't know if the face is actually dry. It doesn't look white anymore.
Just dry brush it over top. It's got green in it. Want this one back?
Where is this?
I'm gonna make sure it's dry. So far, so good. In the closed beta, could make some changes, like adding cues since. Oh, where am I? Okay, so you want the hair to look darker than the cloak?
No, they're both white.
Okay.
I'm trying not to lose the dimensions in the gown.
I got you.
Thing also.
And his hair back up. We have 5 minutes. Well under time. I'll post him sometime this week. I'm pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, his cheek.
A little bit.
So intense. I don't know if I could use water. You're so good at that. For a second there, I was a little bit nervous. Then he'd go back over with water, just absolutely crush it.
See the little piece that sticks out.
His little lock of hair.
Yeah, the brush keeps falling over it and then hitting his face.
Are you able to get it off his cheek?
Go back in with more purple.
Can't really see it now. Can't remember what purple it was.
Any
Okay. Yeah, I think the new D&D game that came out is like, isn't like a X-Wing or something where it's just like combat based? They're just trying to spread it to Warhammer. You know, it's just going to be D&D lore with PvP and stuff. What you like there?
Yeah, like, let's see. What's the other one's better?
The other one. There you go. Damn, that's quick. So that's where Who Wears Pants and I met. We met in Neverwinter on PS4. I left when Zariel, the Battle of Zariel, was when I left. It got to, they would every like 3 months completely wipe rotations. They would add the screen. They would add every battle had to be a platform that you got knocked off. And it got so repetitive. There's only like 12 people who could beat a boss for the first month or so. They would go in and then beat the boss, collect all the stuff, and then they would slowly let some other people in because you needed 12 people to absolutely do every bit of their job absolutely perfectly. And it was just like, okay, you would learn that and learn how to be a good tank. And then the next boss that they would have, they would completely nerf the way that you fought that way, add a different type of rotation. You're just like, this is...
Okay, I'm done. I'm not touching them anymore.
Crushed it. I gotta wash his floor. Can I borrow the platform?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you...
Watch this. We got 10:31. We'll close it there. It's fantastic. I'm just gonna wash the base on this guy. Mirren. I don't know if we can see him there. We'll post some pictures. We'll put it in Discord. We're gonna wrap this one up though, so we can go night because we both got to get up way early tomorrow. So have a good night, everybody. Ciao, ciao.